Welcome back to my Project 13. As I promised, I was going to do a little bit of a longer review on the ZTE ZMax. 180 bucks right now at Walmart, or you can go over to T-Mobile and buy it for 250 bucks. Yep, I'm going over to Walmart and buying it for 180 bucks. At the end of the video, if you would press the like or dislike, let me know what you think about my videos. I'm not trained in this. I'm not a professional. I'm just a guy who likes tech. I enjoy um, working on my PC. I enjoy devices that are coming out that have been out. As far as when it comes to smartphones, I'm I've taught myself a lot. I've read a lot. I listen to a lot of tech people out there. So I'm learning as I go along. Doing this whole YouTube uploading and doing previews is something that I'm just kind of starting out in. And as you can see, I don't do anything that's pre rehearsed, I don't even edit. So I'm doing this review like with my unit here on the back of my couch here in my garage where I have both my PCs. I kind of have my little entertainment guy area out here. But I guess the main thing that I'm trying to stress and get across is any devices that I end up with, there's a possibility that someone out there is going to buy these devices, and if I have them, I kind of want to do little reviews to kind of give a little bit of knowledge out there on these devices. And what excites me about being with T-Mobile, I left Verizon after 14 years, is having the opportunity to buy unlocked devices and being able to use them and learn about them, and letting other people know, hey, you don't have to spend $600 to $1,000 for a brand new high end device. Now, if you have the money and that's what you want to do, if you want to be on a contract, and then that's up to you. For me, I'm done with that. When you can buy units from 200 to 3 to 4 to $500 at the max, and that's all I'm going to spend, maybe five, but probably up to four. You're going to still get a lot of joy out of these devices. Most people out there who use smartphones don't even know the difference between 720 and 1080. They don't know 1 gig of RAM to 2 gigs of RAM. And now most devices coming out with 3 gigs of RAM. You start talking that kind of talk to the average person, especially where I work. Great people, great company I work for. But the average person that works there does not have a clue on what that means or what it is. They just want to text, they want to read some articles, they want to watch a YouTube video, they want to make their calls. They don't have a clue. So, for me, introducing these devices to people that don't have a clue and want to learn, that's where I was at. And if I can help out just a bit by making a video, and again, these videos are going to kind of come across kind of scrappy. I'm probably going to repeat myself. I may not get everything right. So leave a message down below. Help me out if I screw something up. Let me know. So I'm always learning. I've never stopped learning, and I'm always wanting to pick up on something new. So like, dislike, leave a message. And right now, what I'm bringing to you is a device that I only paid 180 at Walmart. I mean, you can't go wrong. And yes, I was looking at the Nexus 6. Yes, I was looking at the Galaxy Note 4. Even the Galaxy Note 3 was at a promotional price at T-Mobile for 416 bucks. But I didn't pick that up. I just thought that was a little too much money. And I picked this up for 180 bucks. It's got 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigabytes of storage. You can expand that to 32 with an SD card, 32 plus 16, and you know what you get when you do the math on that. It's got a 1280 by 720, 5.7 inch screen, Gorilla Glass 3, 3400 milliamp battery. That's amazing. The Galaxy Note 4 has a 3200 milliamp battery. This has a 3200 milliamp battery with a 720 1280 resolution. You're not going to use a lot of that battery. You're going to have a lot of battery left to do a lot of other stuff. So that's what's so cool about this device. I mean, just with the 2 gigs of RAM, it's going to allow this phone to be really fluid. As you can see, I'm running Nova Launcher on this, and so I customize it to my own personality. Got my own little widgets and apps on there. Got material design, wallpapers that I downloaded off the Play Store. It comes with Dolby Sound, which you can change the sounds, movie, music, gaming. So when you're listening to music or you're watching a movie and you want to change it up, use this widget and tap and see what you like, what sounds great to you while you're watching a movie or listening to music. So that's a great thing that ZTE offers on this. And it's pretty much stock Android. It's got ZTE on here, but it's got like stock Android kind of combining with it. So it's not very complicated to run this device. So I think you're going to be happy with what this phone has to offer at 180. You cannot go wrong. I was very kind of hesitant at first, but then I thought, you know what? They're up and coming. This company is bringing in some phones here to the West. They're great overseas. They got a lot of devices that a lot of people haven't heard about, but they weren't really worth hearing about. This is probably the beginning for them, and you're probably going to hear a lot more about ZTE. There's a lot of, whether it's OnePlus One, whether it's Huawei, Xiaomi, there's a lot of different companies up and coming with mid-range phones. And again, the average person isn't going to know the difference. And that's what's so great about that, is that they don't have to go into a contract when you can spend $180 and you can get a device like this. You can watch movies on this 5.7-inch screen. You can listen to music. The speaker itself is wonderful. It's not loud. It's not quiet. It's just right in between. It's perfect. Great with headphones. So you can't go wrong there. The 8-megapixel camera on the back takes wonderful pictures. Not great, but it takes wonderful pictures. I would not complain. Again, you got to keep remembering $180. That's all you're paying. The one thing I did want to mention is that this is running 4.4 KitKat. It's not running Lollipop. I'm hoping at some point it will update to Lollipop. I did get in contact with ZTE. Right now, they don't know anything about that. At some point, they're hoping to know a little more. And for whoever owns this unit, they will send out a notification to let us know that that will be up and coming, or it's ready to go at that point in time. So it could be a surprise. They could just do it over the air, or they'll send a notification, I don't know, through text or through email. So hopefully that'll happen. If not, I'm perfectly fine with 4.4 on here. Again, for $180, what this phone has to offer, and I know I keep saying that, you're going to be happy regardless. So I think I pretty much covered everything as far as the specs. We know it's 5.7. We know it's 1280 by 720. We know it has a 3400 milliamp battery. We know it's running 4.4 KitKat. It's got an 8-megapixel camera on the back. It's got a 1.6 front-facing camera on the front. But you know what? I'm not a selfie guy, so I don't enjoy doing that. But for those out there who do, I don't know, that might be a deal breaker, but it shouldn't be. Again, this is going to be a device that you want to use as a backup, or if it ends up being your main device, your main driver that you use for the day, and you're just that average user who doesn't know a lot about the internals of devices like this, you're going to be ecstatic to have it. The 1.6 front-facing camera takes okay selfies. So unless you're really, really into that, then you might want to look elsewhere, but it's not a deal breaker. So please don't let that be why you don't choose this device. Outside of that, it's got a music player. It offers a few things through ZTE, but I like kind of doing my own thing with Nova Launcher here. I have my own music player on here through Power Amp that I got through the Google Play Store. So as far as customizing, it's great to customize. So that's something that you can consider. I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of creative people out there that do a lot of creative things with their devices. I'm just one of those people that kind of like to have colors on here and have my own little widgets and enjoy something different. And I kind of do each device that I own or have a little bit different than the other. That way they kind of all have their own little personality. So music plays great on here. The movies are just amazing. I'm not a gaming person, but I do take pictures. My phone calls, hey, at the end of the day, this is a phone. It better make the phone calls. You better receive the phone calls. The text better go out. The text better come in. This primarily gets that done. I'm 100% happy with that. All the rest of the stuff that we've been talking about kind of comes after the fact. So you could have a great camera, you can have a great video player, you could have the fastest unit, but if it's not getting calls and it's not sending your messages and vice versa, then you know what, it's not worth having the device. This device does all that 100%. I couldn't be any happier. Everything else again comes after that. So I hope you run out and at least try this device, the ZTE ZMax. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, leave a dislike or like. Hopefully it's a like. Subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment. Help me out. Maybe teach me a little something. I'm always willing to learn. Have a great day. My Project 13.